Hey, my name is Cynthia and you're welcome back. There's a pandemic on LinkedIn and we need to talk about it, especially if you're young, ambitious, and just getting started. Today, I'd like to ask you, what exactly are you doing on LinkedIn? Yes, that professional platform. Yes, that place where people seem to come and brag about themselves. And no, I'm not here to spread another anti-LinkedIn propaganda. In fact, I want you to go on there and be useful there. But I understand that usefulness will not happen if people keep using LinkedIn the way they do now. I see many people jump on LinkedIn and immediately position themselves as brand strategists, visibility coaches, or personal brand experts. And while that isn't necessarily bad, I can't help but think, have these young people even figured out what they want for themselves? And I'm saying this because I'm also young and I cannot imagine myself not building a career for myself. I'm just focusing on helping people who have built something for themselves become more visible. I'm not that generous, no. I am a firm believer in being selfish, especially in your youthful years. I'm a firm believer in young people growing fast, like having sense fast, like knowing what they want to do on time and running after it. I'm a firm believer in young people being long-sighted, like having a long-term game plan. Because for me, I do not see the sustainability in being a visibility expert. It's a problem because you find that for some of them, they're actually fresh out of school. For some, they're a few years out of school, but with no extra skills. For many of them, there is no career progression, there is no form of experience, and worse still, their entire feed is centered on visibility, authenticity, building a personal brand as a professional. Their followers farming, they're announcing how their followership grew from this to this, or how their clients' impressions grew from this to this. Like nothing is for themselves. Or they're busy celebrating favicon lists. I don't know about you, but it is a big problem. And I get it, because right now it seems to be the easiest way. Not even now, for some years now, it has been the easiest way to grow LinkedIn. You come, you quickly start positioning yourself as someone who can help others grow their platform. You get lots of impression, you make some money, yes, because people will pay you to revamp their CVs, revamp their LinkedIn profile. They're going to host webinars and so on and so forth. But after that, what next? I'm saying that if LinkedIn disappears tomorrow, do you have a life? Do you have something? Do you have a career? That's the question I want people like this to answer. What is your own long-term plan? Because truthfully, it's easy to build hype. I know the kind of things to post now that will garner attention. It's easy to repurpose motivational content and write posts about authenticity and get thousands of impressions. And you'll get clients. But is that your vision? If you're building other people's brands when you don't even know who you are, that's not a strategy. You are distracting yourself. If you haven't figured out what you stand for, what you're working towards, what your purpose is, your own career, or what industry you're even interested in the long term, then becoming a personal brand guru is nothing but a clever lead, is nothing but fear in disguise, is also nothing but functional procrastination. Don't limit yourself like that. That's a very limiting path to take. Your name becomes tied to other people's goals, not your own. I want you to stop to think, what do I want my life to look like 5 years from now? And will this path still serve me then? Because if you go in your 20s chasing attention, what's left to build in your 30s? There's nothing wrong with the content. There's nothing wrong with helping others. But there's everything wrong with having no core of your own. So before announcing yourself as a brand expert, ask yourself, what industry do I want to work in? What kind of problems do I enjoy solving? Do I want to be known for being visible or for being useful? I'm saying that you should build a life while you're building visibility. Don't hide behind content. Don't let likes become your currency. Use LinkedIn to get direction. Use it to get inspired. Use it for any other thing, not just building followers. And I'm not even saying you have to have it all figured out, no. But throwing some buzzwords online is not a game plan. The real influencers in the long term are those who build a skill, a career, a legacy, not just an online presence. You would know a lot of the most celebrated people online, those with quotes, and not the influencers with just an online presence. They actually have something going on for themselves. Now, I understand that some of you actually and truly feel lost and you need some guidance. So I put a short guide together in the description box and you can download it. It's free to download, and it also contains a ChatGPT prompt which can help you. So here's what you should do. I'm not going to run you through some steps you can take now. So if you are feeling stuck or you're not sure of the next step you should take, the first thing you must do is to reflect, because you're about to go on a rebrand. But before you go on that rebrand, you must reflect. So I'll advise, take 1 to 2 weeks of content creation and ask yourself some questions. What kind of work makes me feel alive? What industries or issues genuinely interest me? Where do I want to be in 5 years? And is what I'm doing now helping? These are some questions you can ask. The guide in the description box has a whole lot of questions that you can ask yourself, and I suggest journaling. Yes, write down these answers, pen it. If you don't want to put pen to paper, you use the notes app or a Google Keep, something that you can sync so that even if your phone gets lost, you can still find it there. And this will also serve as a guide. You can track your progress with it when you move from this point to the next point, okay? If you don't want to use a journal, you can use voice notes. So pour out your entire heart in the voice note as if you're talking to your best friend, but you don't send it to anyone. It's for your own consumption, right? So you can use voice notes and give sincere answers. Another thing you can do is you can ask people you trust. You can ask them, people like your parents, your siblings, or old friends, like people who know you from way back, and you ask them, what do you think I'm good at that I'm not seeing? That's a powerful question, because there are many things about us that we do not know, but other people know. You'll be very shocked at the answers. Then the next step is to explore and experiment quietly. Now, because you're about to rebrand, you don't need to make a big announcement. I would advise, just turn your whole life into one big lab and go ahead experimenting. So you can take a free course on Coursera or any other platform, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, about something that's always interested you, no matter how silly, no matter how stupid it seems to others. So find something you're interested in, take a free course on it. And free because you do not want to commit to it yet, right? So look for the free version to whet your appetite. Then you can look for someone that you can shadow, a professional that you can shadow, that is in an industry that you're curious about. So a professional, anybody, DM them, ask to shadow them, that you love to learn from them. You'll be surprised at the answers. If you don't ask, you won't know that this kind of things exist. So ask, try small freelance gigs outside of your usual brand strategy work. Then use the ChatGPT prompts in the guide, and ask ChatGPT that question. You will be surprised at the kind of answers you get. Then allow yourself to be curious, very, very curious. In a world where everything can be content focused, you need to build your curiosity. Ask questions. Ask questions that don't make you feel foolish. In a content focused world, we are constantly we're constantly arranging and packaging ourselves. So when we're even curious about something, we don't let it out because we're afraid of showing our curiosity. We're afraid of showing that, we actually don't know this thing. We're afraid of looking like beginners to others. That's why I suggested experimenting quietly. You don't need to announce so that other people's opinions do not move you, okay? Then the third thing is to document your growth. Now, I must say that these steps are not just for people who are trying to move from brand strategies to something else. No, it's for every young person who is feeling stuck and not sure of where they want to go, okay? So document your growth and not just your client wins. You don't need to teach something to be visible. You can also share what you're learning. You can share your own vulnerabilities. You can celebrate your small wins. Post about what you're learning. Share your doubts. These are some honest, inspiring, and powerful posts that you can make. Sharing your doubts, being honest about, your journey. If at all you want to post about them, be honest, come clean. You will get a lot of advice. You get a lot of encouragement. And you'll be surprised the kind of people that might even reach out to you. Then I am saying you have to build a platform and career. See, these two things are not mutually exclusive. You can work on your CV and your skills while also posting online. I didn't say disappear completely. The disappearance is only for that period when you're doing the reflection. After that, you come back and work on your CV and your skills, okay? You can pursue certifications while sharing what you're learning. Yeah, you don't have to wait till you're an expert. As you're learning, you're sharing. You can explore what exactly your purpose is, even while you're still serving your current clients. Yes, continue your work as a brand strategist or whatever it is you're doing at that point in time. But don't stop exploring till you find what you are looking for. The key is, do not lose yourself in visibility. Build something that lasts. Now, I must reiterate that there is nothing wrong with being a visibility strategist, a brand coach, or content expert, even in the long term, if that's really what you like to do. But if you're doing it because you just feel lost, you feel rushed, slow down, okay? Build a deeper foundation. LinkedIn can change your life, but make sure that it's your life that you're building and not someone else's dream, okay? So today, I am going to ask you again, what are you really doing on LinkedIn? Now copy paste this method from LinkedIn to all other places. Hope you are not living a fake life online. Hope you are not, presenting as someone you are not on Instagram, on X, wherever. Just copy paste these things and apply it to your life as you deem fit. Alright guys, I will see you in the next episode, and in the meantime, like, follow and comment. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay refreshed.